All right, y'all, so I am back with another video. I wanted to go over the trade from this morning that I took on NAS 100 or NQ. So let's go ahead and get into that. So hopefully the screen stays up as well, because you know how it does, but looks like we are recording, and that is great. Alrighty, so essentially on this trade this morning, I think I got in, took my first trade at 8:30. Basically I have, last night, I created like a a trading plan, or not that I created it, but I finally kind of wrote it down and then kind of tweaked it a little bit, if you will. So essentially what I'm doing as far as scalping is I am looking to start on the 1 hour chart. Of course, I'm gonna mark up my charts on Sunday, and do basically a top-down analysis. But when I'm coming in day to day, basically I'm just going straight to the 1 hour chart. And what I'm looking for is the 1 hour chart to be oversold or overbought. So once I see that, then what I'm looking for is basically a close, on a close above the previous lower high or higher low on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so also too, what I'm doing is I'm taking the fixed range volume profile. I am starting from basically 5 p.m. from the day before, and then I'm drawing that out to basically 8:30. What that's going to do is it's going to provide me with my my overnight premium fair value and my overnight value area high and volume area low. Basically these different markups, if you will, basically create like my support and resistance zones, and it just kind of overall tells me where volume has been. So also too, night before, like, so literally the night before, I am marking up the Fibonacci levels. So if price were, down here, I'll take it all the way up there, and that's what these blue boxes right here, these price labels, these blue price labels, light blue price labels, are representing. They're representing the four Fibonacci levels that I'm basically looking for. So that is what is shown up here. So this is a fixed volume range profile, and then we have our Fibonacci levels here. So the morning of, what I'll do is I'll create another fixed range volume profile, and then I will draw that basically from 8 to 8:30, and then I'll have this one basically, I'll extend this to the right, so that way it continues to update pretty much in real time, extend right. So that's how I'm pretty much doing that. So so that's what we have here. So this morning at 8 a.m., you could see that price was oversold. And then we had our hopefully this one is not extending. Yeah, it's not extending to the right, but for whatever reason, I had the overnight premium high marked off right here. So I'm not necessarily sure what's going on there. Maybe on the 30-minute it looks a little bit different. Yep, and it does. So for whatever reason, it kind of is off like that. So basically I'm pretty much marking up this fixed range profile from the previous day, 5 p.m. I'm marking that up on the 30-minute chart right there, so you can see. So so then that's marked off. Basically what I'll do is I'll outline these. So as you can see, overnight overnight point of control, which is our premium fair value represented by this yellow line right here. I'll mark that up, and then I'll go ahead and I'll also lock it in as well, so that way it's not moving on my chart. Then if you can see this white line here, that is our overnight value area high, and then we also have the overnight volume area low, which is kind of hard to see because of everything marked up. Then of course I have my fixed range profile from 8 again to 8:30, and that is something that is extending to the right. That way it can update in real time. And so basically I'll mark that off as well. So you could see this morning I had the New York, so basically it's the New York session point of control premium fair value. It was marked off down here this morning, so it was actually below the overnight point of control earlier this morning around 8. And so I marked that off. I also marked off the New York session value area high and the New York session area value low. So you can see that basically price, or the New York session point of control has since moved up, and so has the New York session volume area high has moved up as well. So I'll just kind of take everything off so you can kind of see, a naked chart and see kind of where our price, how price has, populated since 8 this morning. So basically, here we was right here. And I don't really want to take that off, but it's kind of hard to see. But basically, this is where, basically, at 8:30 is when I got in. So this candlestick actually closed bearish, but basically, you'll see when I go down, basically, I caught this push upwards up here. And then price came down and went down a little bit, grabbed some liquidity down here before ultimately continuing on upwards. So let's go down. So again, once I see that price is oversold on the 1 hour chart, and I've already marked up my fixed range volume profiles, I will then come down to the 5-minute chart. And so that's what I did. And so you can see here, there was a 5-minute break of structure here. So I actually am going to take this off because it's just kind of hard to see. So anywho, so this was the 5-minute break of structure here. So I also drew up this trend line. It was a 5-minute trend line. And so you can see that price was kind of moving down here. That's why I made sure that I put the 5-minute trend line. Also, that was going to help with me getting into my entries. So I saw that price basically on this candlestick right here at 825, it had crossed the previous lower high of this candlestick. So I'm not waiting for a close of the previous lower high structure. I'm deciding to go with the previous lower high candlestick being, in this instance, being closed past. So if that makes sense. So that's what I got here, because basically I'm trying to scalp, and if I'm waiting for the close of the previous lower high structure, it's just going to take too long, and it's going to kind of mess up my entry. So that's where that's where this 5-minute break of structure comes from. So we got that close above that 5-minute break of structure. Now, what I was waiting for was still a break of this 5-minute trend line. So from there, I went to the 1-minute chart and find that right here. And so now you can kind of see my my actual trade plays. Oh, actually, that was a trade from that was another trade that I was testing out. So kind of actually disregard that. And you can disregard this, and I'll just redraw it up here. So basically, so we had our 5-minute break of structure here. What I was waiting for was a close again of above this 5-minute trend line, which is what I got. So I got that right there at 8:31, and then pretty much after 8:30, that's what I'm looking to get into trades. So right here, we had a close, if you can see on this candlestick, again at 8:31 a.m. Then we had a retest of that close, and pretty much of this. I mean, it didn't come all the way down to the 5-minute break of structure. Well, I guess it kind of did retest on that 5-minute break of structure, but basically I got into the trade right here. So after we got a close of this, and price basically retested kind of the break or the close of this break of this 5-minute trend line, and then I got in right here. I actually did not get in on that wick down there. I actually got in right above the 5-minute break of that trend line, because I did not want to I didn't want to I did not want to get into the trade before or if the trade did not break that 5-minute trend line, because I just wanted to be sure, wanted to be conservative, if you will. So basically, this is a trade that I took this morning. Okay. And so price just totally just pushed on up, and it was a very nice win today. It was everything that I was looking for. And again, this is me just kind of fine tweaking my trading plan. So I think I got out pretty much about right here. So a 43 point gain there. So that was the trade this morning. And then, price came back down, as you can see, and then went ahead and pushed all the way down to what is this, I believe this is a 1 hour or 4 hour order block before pushing on up today. So again, my thing is really in the morning, I'm really just looking to scalp NQ. I'm not looking to really take anything throughout the entire day. I got stuff to do, or other things that I would like to do, if you will, because I guess I technically do have the time, but that's not what we're trying to do when it comes to NQ. So that is the trade for today. I hope that was helpful, and that kind of makes sense in the logic there. Also, too, if you can kind of see the overnight point of control, or actually this would be the New York session point of control, fair value, and all of these areas, or these markups here kind of served as a support level for price. So excellent trade today. I'm gonna try to show you guys here on actually on Top Step. See if I can get to it real quick. Looks like we're still doing good as far as recording. Oh, come on. And so today did get $160 off of that trade. Took a break even, or sorry, took partials at kind of like a 1-to-1 on price. So it was like, I think it was right here. Nope. Now I'm kind of confused on where it was. I'm gonna go ahead and try to put the markups on the chart. See if we can find it a little bit better. This is okay. So basically, right here is where I got in this morning. So you can see I went in on for 3 lots right there off, and then also too we were coming off of this zone, so got in on the trade right there, and then took partials right there, basically 2 contracts right there, and then closed out basically right there at the top, just right kind of before it hit that zone. But technically over here it hit the zone, or where I was looking for. So that was the trade for today, and you can see that on Top Step right there. So as of right now on the account, I am let's see if I can just kind of get this. Yeah, there you go. So the balance on the account is $1,129.46. Win percentage is 76%. Profit factor is now 3.19, and this is average win, average loss. And you can kind of see how the account is kind of moving on up. There was several days that I did not trade just because I had a lot going on, trying to move and everything, so I didn't want to affect my trading performance, so I did take several days off. But as you can see, average trade duration is 24 minutes. And I think that's because I had one trade that was kind of an outlier. It was around 4 hours, but most of my trades are around that 2 to 5 minute window as of right now, or 10 to 30 minutes. So yeah, you can kind of see right there, and that's what we're looking like on the week. Yesterday I took a loss. It was just very, very choppy, so I decided to just kind of step back and let that be that. And this was last month, so you can kind of see that there were several days, and then just even last week I just didn't even trade for 4 days because I was trying to move. So that is what we're looking like. So hopefully this month I can be a lot more consistent, kind of trade every single day, and try to get this combine finally passed. Hopefully I can finally pass it. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.